What's up there, Bears fans? Welcome back for another episode of the TailGate Show on the Brawl Network. It's your boy, Double AARONTOR on Twitter. We are, of course, joined by Air Jeremy Kramer, the Ginger Unicorn, sitting in front of the beautiful schedule, Air 54 on Twitter, and the man, the myth, the legend, B. Diddy, Brian Quinn, B. Quinn 34 on Twitter. He is sitting in front of the beautiful Soldier Field,
On a boat.
On a boat. Out on a boat. What's up, boys? The schedule came out.
Was it a real schedule or was it a fake schedule? Was it for real or not?
It was for real, for real.
For real. My bad.
For real, for real. It came out with
Did I write an article about it and say that it was for real, but not really for real?
Right.
Deshaun Watson came out with some shit too.
Yeah.
He certainly did. As usual, Bears Twitter and Bears media has not been dry. It's been frothy, as usual. And first of all, the schedule came out. We're getting to that. After there was a bit of a, well, I don't know. Some people are calling it not a bombshell because obviously there was this article written by Wiederer and Campbell, going into great depth about the draft and why or why not the Bears picked who they did or didn't pick. And in the article, it says that that they did not wine and dine Deshaun Watson. They did not bring him in for a private workout, but everybody, including Pace and Fox and the whole scouting contingent, attended his pro day, and they met with him briefly afterwards, and also in the very surface assembly line combine meetings. But here comes Deshaun Watson.
They met with him briefly?
That's what the article says.
Oh, they met with him briefly.
Peter and Campbell says they met with him briefly. And then Deshaun Watson comes out and he puts out a quote tweet and says that nobody from the Bears talked to him. Never once, he says. Well, so quickly right after that, people start digging, as they do on Twitter, and we find an interview from Rich Eisen, the Rich Eisen show, where Deshaun Watson is on the phone, and this is in 2017. He's asking him, "Who did you meet with?" And he rattles off all the names, and Watson says, "The Bears." So
called him,
yeah, talked to him. They talked to him. The thing is,
that could be agent scripted shit too, just to push teams out there, even if they don't.
Could be, but why do you write an article about it if it's not something that you don't want out there? This is half the problem with fucking media in general.
Well, that's controlled too. The media doesn't want to lose their credentials with the Bears. If the Bears say put this in there, they're putting it in there.
This is part of the reason why we have the problems in our society that we have. How do you trust a reporter if they're not going to fucking report the truth?
Yeah, but it might be what they've been hearing. If the Bears have somebody call the paper and say, "Hey, we talked to Deshaun after his pro day," they're going to take it as what they're saying. And
but teams
are trying to. They were there, but teams try to put shit out there even if it's not legit.
I agree, but here's the thing, and this is where this is what I found incendiary about the whole thing. It's one thing to know already for a fact that Pace and the Bears dropped the ball. They did not do their due diligence. They
didn't draft them. That's the ball drop. It doesn't make it any worse.
It does to me. It does to me because they didn't even do as much as, you saw, and I brought this up, that you saw the Redskins, right? The Redskins were never going to draft a quarterback. They're paying Alex Smith and his gruesome cadaver leg $20 million. They have all these things, and yet they're still meeting with all the quarterbacks, and they're still,
Did you watch that thing on ESPN about him?
No, honestly, I saw that picture of his leg, looking like burnt meat. When he almost died, and I was just like, I don't know if I can. I'm kind of squeamish about stuff like that. Like, I don't know.
His wife's on there, so it kind of balances it out.
So there's some, yeah. So
no, but my whole opinion on the whole thing is
the Bears willfully ignored Watson. Like, they seem to have gone out of their way to show people that they weren't interested in Watson, which goes against the theory that Ryan Pace was trying to get everyone off the scent of Trubisky. The stories change every single time. It's like 1 minute everybody talks about how, Trubisky wasn't the top-rated quarterback, and nobody thought he was going to go second overall. But then you look and you dig, and it's like, well, clearly he actually was, and he was rated number one by a lot of people. And the mocks leading up to by the big people had him going in the top 3 picks, first quarterback off the board, et cetera, et cetera. And then you hear, well, Pace, wanted to keep it a secret that he was interested in Trubisky, and it's like, I don't get it, because they clearly made it known they were interested. They met with Mahomes. They obviously the meeting with Trubisky is long and has been well reported was this creepy little date, with his reservation name under McMahon and all this crap.
The thing is, like, when they pump one guy up like this, and everybody's on board saying he's the best, all these so-called experts, that would be a guy personally I stay away from, because normally those guys don't pan out.
For me, the core of this story is that you're misled by a Tribune writer.
Yeah,
you're misled by somebody that you trust to give you news. Well, it's bullshit. Stand by your word.
Right, and
you don't get to have revisionist history and say, oh, well, nobody talked to him for real. Your article says that they did talk with him.
Right.
So what is it, dude?
Well, and then people want to say, oh, you're arguing semantics. Well, semantics fucking matter. Words matter. It is different. If Watson says no one ever spoke to me from the Bears, that is far different than we spoke a few times, but they didn't take me out to dinner and give me a private workout. That is very different.
It's called integrity, dude.
Yes.
Have a little bit of integrity.
And what I think happened is now everybody looks bad. Watson looks bad. The Bears look bad. Wiederer and Campbell look bad. Yep. Everybody looks bad, and at the end of the day, yeah, it is Pace, and he fucked up, and he didn't draft the right guy. I don't know if Deshaun Watson's going to be Patrick Mahomes. I don't know. Honestly, I think he still might have an injury-shortened career. I mean, the guy takes so many hits, and
I think that was the only thing any knock on him was just his injury history in college, but it wasn't to a level.
No.
And, you know what I mean? But like,
we got the same amount of playoff wins.
Everything else, just like, you knew this kid was going to come in and be a leader. You knew he was a winner. Like, those things, to not be able to see that or want even to throw somebody off the Senate Trubisky, meet with the kid and have dinner with him.
Can we just say real quick, fuck you, Roddy White? Thank you.
Oh, my God. Yeah, well, that's the other thing is that, of course, Bears Twitter spins out. And my initial gut reaction when I saw what Deshaun Watson said, I said, you know what? That's embarrassing. That's embarrassing for the Bears. And it just shouldn't be. Like, for a quarterback.
But the names fans started throwing out there, dude. It's not like if you didn't follow this team, like,
well, they don't count.
Who knew they were there?
They don't count.
But he doesn't have to say shit. Roddy White doesn't have to say a goddamn thing. What is he even talking about? He wants to go to this great level of saying, in my lifetime, I've never seen. It's like, bro, you're 37 years old. What are you even talking about? Like, you're full of shit. The Bears have had more black quarterbacks than the Falcons. Yeah, they had Michael Vick. Who else?
Yeah, Jason Campbell. We had Jason Campbell.
Right. Jason Campbell. We had Vince Evans. We had Jeff Blake. We had Cordell Stewart. We had Henry Burris. We had people want to go back and bring up Willie Thrower, first black quarterback. Whatever. I'm not saying, and believe me, I have definitely floated the idea that the Bears made a decision about the quarterback in 2017 and Mitch Trubisky's white image had something to do with it. I'm not denying that. I think that for Ryan Pace had something to do with it. Now, as far as the Bears themselves being a racist organization,
I guess if that gives you justification for the move, I just think it was just bad evaluation.
That and he's the anti-Cutler. We've had that
because
discussion.
As a fan, I watched some film on each of them that year, and I remember feeling like Trubisky, as far as like the the prototypical looking pro quarterback. He looked like that out of college. He might be the most pro style ready, right? Because I thought Mahomes was kind of like Cutler. I didn't see Mahomes. I did not predict to do what Mahomes is doing. I just thought he was a high risk kid that might turn, might pan out if he's developed correctly. But Watson to me was just a stone cold killer, like not Michael Jordan impact on the game, but like a Michael Jordan killer, Kobe killer, like that kind of instinct.
To argue Watson's resume is just madness, and to pass on him is also madness in my eyes.
We were all on the same boat with that.
Right. So anyway,
but the only other knock is how many national championship quarterbacks pan out in the NFL too, and it's not many.
AJ McCarron didn't really pan out.
But like how many
Cam
guys?
Newton.
Yeah, and you could go through the list of the USC guys.
Right.
I mean, you can go through it all.
But I wanted Watson bad. That was my guy in the draft.
Yes, but to me, I think this is the same argument I made for Jalen Hurts, is that you look at how much of a factor they were in those seasons.
Yeah.
Deshaun Watson was everything to them. Like it's not like he was just along for the ride. Like that dude was everything for them, and I don't see how a knee injury or he's had knee injuries, but I don't see how that could outweigh a guy like Trubisky having no damn experience and having played nobody and having lost in the Sun Bowl. Like I don't get how that ever could outweigh that. So there had to be other factors, and clearly there were.
People were trying to complain about mechanics and inconsistencies in his game. You just saw the kid was a killer, though.
Well, and it's like how many times, we've had Schofield on this show a few times, and like he said, mechanics only matter when they matter.
Exactly.
Talk to me about fucking Mahomes mechanics. Talk to me. Aaron Rodgers mechanics are like amazing. Like if you want to break it down, like he can have fantastic mechanics, but it's if the ball gets there, who fucking
gives a shit? Exactly.
Like
right.
Bernie Kosar threw the ugliest damn football. It doesn't matter. So anyway, of course, it was just like this big firestorm, and half the people are like, "We already knew this, dude," and it's like, okay, but it's still a big deal that Watson wants to come out and slam the Bears. Why is he doing that?
Great question.
And I think it's partially because he's feeling abandoned in Houston. I think he's feeling like he doesn't, he doesn't know where that franchise is headed now, and also I think it's just Twitter fingers. These guys are all bored, and they're on, they're clearly probably more on Twitter more than they would normally be.
Well, send the Mitch for Deshaun. I'm totally with that. If that's
yeah, absolutely. But yeah, I didn't understand the motivation for it. Roddy White can eat a dick. Like, what are you doing? Like, just keep out of it. You're not like, who the fuck are you, Roddy White? And just stay in your, it's not like I just don't understand that comment. Like, it was just completely unnecessary.
That's the same amount of rings Roddy White does. Look at that.
Yeah, exactly. Like, it's not like the Falcons are some bastion of inclusivity or something. Like, right. And the NFL's got plenty of skeletons in their closet, and with regards to integration, and we went through that whole thing with the damn jerseys.
I don't think this decision was just a really just bad decision. I don't think it had anything to do with anything else.
Honestly, I think it's just Deshaun Watson being stupid. Like,
I think it's just Pace just once again going for a guy that he saw potential in.
Right. Well, he is, as we've said many, many times, his tunnel vision kills him. And, he just got fixated on the guy, and that was it.
Out of the three of them in college, Mitch looked like his style would translate into the NFL long term. You did see that.
Still
what I mean? Compared to the other two. Absolutely. I'm at a point right now where I'm just so sick of the discussion. And I almost want Mitch to pan out and just, like I said on Twitter today, stick his middle finger up to everybody. Like, I'd love to see that.
Yeah, I wouldn't be mad about it. I mean, you know what I've said about it is I feel like that it's so unlikely that he makes that massive of a turnaround that
I don't see it, but I would like to see it.
right. I'm just saying, like, the middle ground would really suck, is all. So I would rather them just turn the page, chill with Foles, and move on.
Yeah, we should settle down. We're a bottom 5 team, and according to some idiots.
Yeah, but I think we're not going to see Foles till a couple weeks into the season. I still think this is they didn't pick up the option, but they couldn't with the salary cap that they're gonna the cap ramifications if he gets hurt. We don't have that kind of cap space to take that on if he's hurt. So and they want to present this as a competition. I told you about that article I read the other day where it was Lombardi.
Yeah, Lombardi.
I know, but he was kind of saying like bringing Foles in made this competition very safe. If you brought a guy like Cam in, he's going to be the guy. He's going to be the alpha dog. He's going to come in, and the guys are going to rally around him. I just think they still. But I think we're going to start the season with Mitch. I really do.
I just think I think what Foles is it's hedging your bets. You have already.
It's a backup plan.
Yes, but you've already invested a ton in Mitch. We know that they haven't 100% given up on Mitch. They haven't.
I would still bring Cam in, but
you can't even. I wouldn't because who else did? So you want to be the only team that was interested in Cam Newton? Because nobody else is interested in Cam Newton. Do you notice that? Nobody.
Wild.
Nobody. So you want the Bears to be the only team that's interested in Cam Newton?
Yeah.
I don't think he's even going to play next year.
Boy, Roddy White would be pissed.
Right. I mean, it's going to be like that's what I think. I mean, I think he's going to rehab.
Ultimately, I just want Mitch to ball out. I don't see it though. Like, so I would bring in if he was willing to come in here and add him into the mix for make it a kicker competition like last year. Bring in who you can and have him throw down.
He's not going to do that though.
Right, but as we've talked about, the reality of the quarterback competition is going to be limited at best, anyways. And this offseason is going to be a wash. I mean, they're doing their offseason right now just like this. This is how their offseason is going on Zoom. You know.
Well, not for A-Rob and
right. Well, that's why I put on the old 10 jersey again because A-Rob, Cody, and Mitch are in Lake County working out together. A-Rob's been putting little videos of himself in his backyard with his ball throwing machine, working out, whatever, and then he put a little picture of himself, kind of looking out in some kind of practice facility, and it says "still clocked in."
Put a picture out with some of them jeans too.
Yeah, and then he put, and then in the distance, and I follow A-Rob. I watch his things, and I didn't even notice. I didn't even think anything of it. But then somebody pointed it out to me, and they were like, A-Rob's working out with Mitch, and I'm like, wait, what? And so I went back to his story, and lo and behold, there in the background of the picture is none other than Mitch and Cody, who you can. I mean, it's a blurry zoom in picture, but you can clearly recognize who they are. It's clearly them. So pretty interesting. What does it mean? I don't know. I mean,
A-Rob's been putting in a lot of work, bro.
Yeah, and people are still clamoring for this extension, but. I mean, as much as A-Rob has said all the right things about wanting to stay in Chicago, how much do you think he really wants to sign an extension?
I don't know. I showed you that picture with him and Bill O'Brien, right?
Yeah.
He was saying Bill O was his favorite coach ever. This was when he was in Jacksonville. Bill was in Penn State, so.
But that's how old is that picture that he posted?
Probably when he was in Jacksonville.
Okay. Right. But that's I'm asking you, if you are A-Rob and you are a top 10 receiver in the league, I'm not going to drink the blue and orange Kool-Aid and call him a top 5 because he's not.
That picture you sent me today is the reason he's staying in Chicago.
Why? Because his girlfriend
because it fits like a glove.
Packing. Girlfriend moves easily across sand. So.
Wow.
But what I'm saying is.
Store water for days, too.
Yo. Pumps in the trunk. So what I'm saying is, do you think he really is so, I mean, is he so hot to try to sign this extension, not knowing what the future of the quarterback situation is? He's already wasted his career with Bortles and Trubisky.
Hey, Trubisky and Bortles have made him a lot of money.
Yeah.
Because they get colorblind, they see him, and it's like, oh, well, he's open, throw it to him.
Well, this is his childhood team too. I'm sure he loves being here. It's got to be a little bit frustrating.
And let's be honest, he's a hell of a businessman too.
A-Rob didn't grow up a Bears fan.
Yes, he did.
He did.
Yeah,
but he's from Michigan and Detroit.
Nah, man, like there's pictures of him in college with Bear stuff on.
Well, I mean, whatever. If it's a matter of
business.
Winning, I mean, you can get your 15
Grew
million.
up in a city without a football team, man.
That's true. He did. That's true. So I just don't know. I mean, I think everybody's super thirsty for A-Rod to A-Rob to sign this extension, but I'm not sure if he's as much in a hurry as,
We need to find a quarterback first.
Yeah, we need a quarterback. And, I mean, somebody put out on Twitter today, like, what receiving core, pass catchers, would you take over the Bears?
Oh, boy.
There's a lot. There is a lot. I said, and this was the...
pretty much the whole division except for maybe Green Bay.
Yeah, and even that you can kind of like make the argument, but like
Minnesota is not.
Adam Thielen's a fucking beast.
All right, that's one.
I wouldn't take Minnesota.
Not anymore. Diggs is gone.
I would take the Bills now.
Bills are in our division. Or in the league.
So that guy Tommy K _ NFL draft, whatever, he tweets a lot. I don't know anything about him, but he tweets a lot. He asked, what team's group of pass catchers would you take over the Bears? And I said the Bucks, the Falcons, the Chargers, the Chiefs, the Cardinals, the Broncos, the 49ers, the Browns, the Cowboys.
No, the Browns is what we had here. It's like having two Brandon Marshalls.
I mean, Jarvis Landry and,
OBJ.
Imagine that locker room, bro.
All right, but they're down the list, but they're like number 10 on the list. Like there's, I mean, and then, like basically it's like who wouldn't you take over them?
But this was a receiving core last year. We were saying if we had a good quarterback, they'd be lighting them up. It is a good receiving core. I just don't think we've been able to fully evaluate the talent because of the inconsistencies as a quarterback.
Yes.
I just don't.
It's an injured. You're right. You're 100% right. But it's an injured, undeveloped receiving core.
I just think there's many quarterbacks in this league that would be lighting Anthony Miller the hell up. That dude gets open. His footwork's phenomenal.
Right. I'm glad you finally got to see that story, by the way.
Yeah, that was
some shit.
Look, Gabriel used to be wide open, never hit him. It's just
Well, and I'll tell you, I give Anthony Miller a lot of credit for keeping his mouth shut. I mean, I know he's a second year, whatever, but like that dude took. Not only was he's
thrown under the bus.
Yeah, he's absolutely thrown under the bus by his coaches every week, and he gets missed. I mean, Mitch misses him for a touchdown every game. It seems like. And he hasn't said shit about it. I mean, he's been a good soldier, but his boys are just blowing him up every damn weekend. Like, bro.
Every offensive player.
Yeah. Like, it's just like, bro. Like, good on every damn play. What is wrong with this guy? And he doesn't say anything about it. You know what I mean? And, and he listens to Nagy talk about how he runs the wrong routes and this and that. And it's just like, good Lord.
Was it Rob? Was it A-Rob that was trying to recruit Cam here a few weeks ago?
Cam who?
Newton, right? Wasn't it A-Rob?
Or was it Cordero?
Oh, it might have been CP, yeah.
And that was, like a while back.
Now we got Ted Ginn, might be able to get him here, so.
Yeah, Ted Ginn.
Fast.
I mean, so what do you think? So the receiving core, what is it? I mean, is A-Rob? Is Miller a sure thing? I hope so.
I know some people were down on Gabriel, man, but I think we got. I really liked him.
It wasn't his fault. It was injuries, and like we've talked about many times, Mitch shortened his career, I believe.
Well, that's the big question. Who's going to step into his role because he was our number 2?
Mooney.
Oh, not yet. I don't think so.
The speed role, he would probably play the speed role.
Well, so here's the thing: is that this is the same thing they said about Riley Ridley. What a technician! Because they not speed, but they said route running. And you listen to Nagy, and I don't think he's actually been on, but he talked about Furry, who's Nagy's boy, pounding the table for Mooney and talking about what a great route runner he is. Blah blah blah. Our track record of getting these guys on the field is not great.
No, I think Miller will be the 2.
Miller's the 2. I think Ginn's gonna end up being the X.
The slot.
I think you'll see him and Ridley split until Mooney, unless Mooney really comes along.
It's gonna be Allen in the Y or the Z, and fucking Ginn in the X, maybe Wims, and those 2. And then you have Miller, and then Mooney. That's the depth chart.
I will say that with Wims, A-Rob, and if you throw a decent blocking tight end in there, if we ever had one, that's going to make your running game a little bit easier.
Yeah.
I mean, there's going to be packages for
until Wims has to block and gets called for holding like 5 times.
The thing that still makes me think that Foles is going to be the guy, and Nagy wants Foles to be the guy. Don't get it twisted. I think Nagy absolutely wants Foles to be the guy. Is that I think a move like picking up Ted Ginn is not for Mitch. Like,
because he's not going to hit anybody deep down the middle.
No. Like, Ginn is a guy that's going to run deep seam routes. That's what he does. That's, deep posts. Like, Mitch can't even – that's not even, like, in his arsenal. So, the
only one I remember him throwing is the one to A-Rob at the end of the Denver game. And he was wide open, and he underthrew that.
That was like a broken play. I mean, that wasn't even the route. That was like a improvisation. Like, and he threw it 40 yards, but I'm talking about throwing it 50 yards on an arc and letting the guy run underneath it. That's what I'm talking about. And this is not Mitch's thing. Foles can do that. I mean, he throws some picks, and like I said, I don't think Foles is like.
Oh, yeah, I'm not super excited about Foles, man. I just think
No, I think he's
I hate quarterbacks.
Better, but you can't tell me that any of the other guys were guaranteed to be better.
No, it will sent me that video that I shared with you guys, though. I think when Foles threw for like 474 yards versus Deshaun Watson and the Texans. Mm-hmm. I can't remember the last time a Bears quarterback threw for over 400 yards. So.
Yeah, well, Foles can go on some heaters.
It's just can he last the full season and play consistently? It's the same thing with Mitch.
I want to think it's Cade McNown. The last 400-yard passer might be Cade McNown for a game.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't even. That might not even.
Cutler never went. Cutler.
I think Cutler's highest was like 381.
Yeah. I don't know.
It's weird that I know that, but
we'll have to get the DTGS research committee on it.
Yeah.
But for some reason, it just strikes me that I think it's Cade McNown.
Oh, God, Cade McNown.
Yeah.
It's so dark.
That's exactly it.
It's so dark. I mean, it's absolutely so dark. I mean, there was an article that Pompey put out on The Athletic talking about how the Bears almost had Joe Montana in '79, but and they were
we
going
lost
to
Bradshaw on a coin flip.
yeah, they were going to take Joe Montana with the 66th pick, and Jim Finks got cold feet and was like, "No, let's see if Vince Evans works out." We got Mike Phipps and Vince Evans. Let's just see how that shit works out.
Yeah, why would you want to bring a Notre Dame quarterback to Chicago?
Like, they thought they were taking him. Like, they wrote him down, like, on their picks. And then Finks was like, hold on. And they took some running back that never did anything.
Yeah, but we didn't have the offensive mind that San Fran had. We didn't have the Hall of Fame talent on offense. Like,
I know.
Whole different ball game.
I get it, but we've also never, like...
We just can't have nice things sometimes.
No. I mean, but they say that about Watson. Oh, Watson wouldn't have been good here. You know, yada, yada. It's like, well, let's find out. I want to find out. You know what I mean? It's like when people tell me that, oh, you win the lottery and it's you know, people are broke 5 years later. I would let me find out, please. I will find out. You know what I mean? Like, people try to tell you that money doesn't make you happy. Let's give it a shot.
Well, some of these arguments are starting to get tough for me, though. It's like, oh, Foles was a better fit in the system. It's like, sometimes I'm just like, what fucking system? We're not Philly. We're not Kansas City. We're a bubble screen city. It's like...
No, well, that's true, because what system is working here? There is no system.
We haven't even seen what we have because of the freaking what the quarterback can't do.
Right. This is not a situation where Alex Smith was very successful and then you brought in Mahomes. Like, we don't have a system that works. We don't have an offensive system that works. We have, you know, a broken ass system where the coach is calling high school plays and they're running at an I formation, and, you know, I mean, it's a joke. Like,
I really thought with Nagy too, we were getting this guy that was going to come in here and be innovative, but also have the ability to coach to the talent level he has and try to get the most out of that. And that's what the successful teams do. That's what the Patriots do. They understand their strengths, they understand their players' strengths, and they adjust the game plan accordingly. And that's really what you need to do.
But I think that's the hole in the theory.
But with Mitch, what the hell do you do? The way he's been playing.
Well, I don't know, but I think this is what you run into, where you have this strategy that a lot of teams have tried, where they sign the hot shot OC who has not been a head coach and who doesn't know all the things that they need to know, doesn't have the experience, and sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. So then, you know, they swing back the other way and they get the experienced guy, you know, who maybe doesn't have his chops, but then the hotshot OC gets taken out from under them. I mean, these teams are just, so I think to some degree they're fumbling around in the dark. They don't know. I mean, and you never know what group of guys is going to put it together, go on a run, get in the tournament, and then just win. I mean, you just never know. Like, so
I'm hoping Laser. It doesn't seem like it was a hire that's actually going to challenge Nagy, and he's actually going to listen. But like, it would have been. I think it would have been, if they haven't found that in Laser, bringing somebody in that Nagy will kind of be like, okay, maybe we should be doing this.
What I think about
what he wants to do doesn't work, like somebody to be able to check him.
What I think about the group that they have now is they all speak the same language very fluently. So I think that's going to help them. But I still think Nagy's ultimately the head chef. You know, I liken it to a kitchen. The head chef writes the recipe. The sous chefs underneath, the assistant coaches, are the ones that have to execute it. They're the ones that have to prep the ingredients. They have to, you know, make sure that everything is correct with the recipe. You know,
with that wallpaper, he's not giving shit up. He's very proud of that.
Right. And that's because that's what ultimately got him his job. So he's not going to give that up yet, because if he gives that up, he's nothing. I mean, he doesn't have anything else.
I still think he's a good leader of men, though.
I agree, and I think that his resume thus far has shown that. But I also think that if they have a bad year this year and the offense sucks again, it's going to be rough for him. I mean, I don't think that the Bears are going to be inclined to fire a bunch of people, especially if they have down revenue this year, the way it looks like they may, because of lack of fans completely, or half the amount of fans, or whatever it's going to be. I don't think they're going to be inclined to fire people this season. But if Nagy was the OC last year and not the head coach, he would have been fired already.
I think you're going to run into this defense is going to mask a lot of offensive flaws again.
Right, and Pace, as I said, Pace is telling you that he knows that Foles is not the perfect answer, because he still went out and they signed Robert Quinn, and they still are adding on the defense. They still use their limited draft capital to bring in Jalen Johnson. They still traded up to get Gibson, and they still did not sit on their hands, and they brought in Tayshaun Gibson, who we'll see. I mean, he's another free safety, basically. So everybody's theory.
The last 400-yard passer in Bears history, Jim Miller.
Oh, wow. That's a trivia question.
1999 versus the Vikings in a loss.
What was the score of that game?
27-24. Ouch.
What the fuck? How many passes did he throw?
48 attempts, 34 completions, 422 yards, 3 touchdowns, 1 pick. So it was not Cade McNown.
Jim Miller. Wow.
Yikes. So there you go. The research department doing crack staff. Thank you.
Yes. Thanks to Jared down in the trailer.
American Football Database.fandom.com.
Love that. Jim Miller. Yeah, so, quarterbacks are not our thing.
No.
Let's just put it that way. But
we can win with a game manager.
Right, and that's what I'm saying, is that I think what Foles can do and will do, and I think he's going to be given the chance to do, is they're going to design an offense with him in mind that nobody's seen before, and that's going to be an advantage.
Week 4, 5.
No, I don't think so. I do think, and we'll talk about the schedule.
Week 1 versus Detroit.
I do think that the Week 1 versus Detroit does lend itself to Mitch being given that game.
I think Mitch is going to start the season.
I mean, I don't know. I don't know how you can say that. Like, based on what? What has he done that's earned him that?
I just think this is too safe of a play here with Foles. I really do. I think this is. Hey, Mitch. The call phone will go, hey, Mitch, how's it going, buddy? We're going to be best friends, okay? It's just going to be a friendly competition. Like, Foles is the guy that came off a Super Bowl MVP and had to give up his job when he got the next season.
But you heard Foles on that conference call. He didn't restructure all this shit just to come here and, write.
Oh, no. He's going to give it, he's going to give it a challenge. I don't know if Ryan Pace is going to allow that to happen. It makes sense to me that Foles would start the season. I'd be very surprised.
Okay, but the flip side to that coin is this, and I've seen this happen.
I don't trust Pace at this point.
Right, but here's what I've seen happening in the rhetoric of Pace. Pace is distancing himself from Nagy a little bit here and there. Yes. He's pushing away, and he's saying to Nagy, "Okay, you know what? We brought in Heasan, we brought in Helfrich, we had whoever the fuck else we had." They didn't work out. Okay, now you got your guys. Okay, now you brought in your quarterback. Foles is Nagy's quarterback. Okay, it's not maybe the best quarterback available, but this is Nagy's quarterback. This is Nagy, DeFlippo, and Lazer's quarterback. Okay, so Pace is gonna say to him, "Okay, this is it. You make this work now. I brought you in here to be the offensive guru, to show me that you can balance out this team and give me an offense that can score 25 points a game. Oh my God. Show me. Put up or shut up. So I think that's what's going to happen.
You could be right.
But I don't think Mitch has the leg up in any way, shape, or form. I just don't see it. Like,
I mean, looking right now, I just think he's more physically gifted than Foles. But
so what? That and $4 gets him a fucking cup of coffee.
No, Mitch can throw the long ball with accuracy. It's just his confidence level has been shit. If that snaps in, you could definitely give him a good challenge.
His issue right now is not that he can't make the throws. He can't stay in the damn pocket to make the throws, and he can't see the throws.
Well, he stayed in the pocket more last year. It's just he just gets nervous as hell.
He didn't stay in the pocket. He stayed in the area. He didn't stay in the pocket. He didn't
climb the pocket.
No, they didn't climb it. No.
But I'm saying, like, he can barely identify the pocket. Like, some of the film that you see, it's like he can't see the guys who are open. He just can't see them. So
yeah, he doesn't read the field well.
I just feel like I don't understand what the thought process would be in letting him start the season.
Yeah.
Like,
the only thing you can go off of, you're going to say that, is his record as a quarterback. That's the only reason. That's really it.
Right.
In my opinion.
And he's done well against Detroit.
Yeah.
Ish.
Sorta.
I mean, ish. He's not. I mean, he's had. Let's be honest.
Detroit's getting better too. I mean, then.
Yeah, they are. I mean, they don't. They. I don't know if they're better in. I don't know if they're better in ways that matter, but they definitely have picked up guys. I mean, they continue to add guys who you go, okay, Kyle, Van Noy, that should be good. But then they lose guys too. Like, yeah, they drafted Okuda, but they lost Darius Slay.
Did they land Jamie Collins? I could be off on that one.
Or was it Collins and Van Noy that they got?
It's very Detroit of them.
Yeah, whatever. It's the guy that the Patriots let go, and we know how that goes, right? I mean, tell me about the guys that the Patriots let go who tear it up when they leave the Patriots.
Akeem Hicks.
Right, but he.
Sorry.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, they got Jamie Collins. Collins is decent, man.
He is, but I mean, something happens when you go to the Lions. I mean, they just have bad coaches. Like, I don't know. I just don't see it. Like, I don't know what Mitch has done to earn this job over Foles. Like, or to even have a leg up. I don't know what he's done. The 2018 season ain't it, man. Like,
no, if you based it off of last year, there's no way.
Well, we'll see.
But then again, you can say the same thing about Foles. If you based it off last year, oh God, no.
And that's what makes it kind of difficult trying to like break down. We're gonna have like a little fun breaking down the schedule, but we're gonna have to do it again after the training camp because
right.
It's hard. Like, how are you viewing it with Foles or Mitch? You know what I mean?
But let's say you put Foles' best season up against Mitch's best season. I'd take Foles.
Well, because of the result, yeah.
Even if you take the Chip Kelly season, it's better than 2018 Mitch.
Yeah, it's fair.
You take the Super Bowl out of it. I mean, he's better than, I like, people have this idea. Go ahead.
Do you ever wonder with that Chip Kelly team, how much restructuring did they really have to do whenever they had the next coach come in, I mean, how much of that team got stripped away that Chip Kelly built? How much credit does he deserve? How much credit does he, I don't know. Just a random thought. Sorry.
That fast-moving offense shit.
I don't know enough about it. I know that the league didn't like it. I know that the players union didn't like it. for a number of reasons. It screwed up commercials. The players were pissed about how many plays they were, because you go to games. I mean, when you go to the game, it's amazing how much time the players are standing around.
Right.
With him and the way he was trying to run that and run all those plays and be hurry up, that wasn't happening. This players don't want to do this. You can't sustain that. It's not sustainable. So I think ultimately that's what did in him in that case was that he was just trying to do this gimmicky thing, and the league was just like, hold on, like no, like we're not doing that, and that's ultimately what did him in, and the players eventually pushed back enough and was just like, no, like come on.
It was just one of those thoughts. It's like, I wonder how much of the roster that he built is actually around for that, and things like that.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's like the old Tony Dungy, John Gruden argument. It's like people don't want to give Gruden or they want to give Gruden credit for the Tony Dungy Super Bowl.
Right.
So
exactly.
It is what it is. I mean, Jim Finks was gone before the '85 Bears, won anything, and he's largely credited for being the architect of that team. But it's like I said, it's just you got to get that perfect mix. I mean, it's just football, and that's what's weird. I think about this. What's going on with this is that confidence is such a huge part of all of this. So how do they manufacture that? You know what I mean? I think that this team will be confident this season having Foles around more so than if they went into with Chase Daniel again, per se.
I agree with that.
But yeah, I mean, I don't know. I mean, Foles definitely could get injured. I mean, the offensive line, they certainly have a lot of question marks. The big news also this week was
back down on Warford.
Well, who knows? I'm not gonna believe freaking Pro Football Talk because that guy basically is like a mouthpiece for agents. Mike Florio, like I don't. So we could turn around next, in a couple days, and he signs with the Bears, because that's the only person that has said anything about this supposed now that the Bears are out.
G was trying to break news saying he will sign.
Yeah, he's just fucking talking shit. But
he's a hater.
There's other offensive line news.
What's your?
I think Charles Leno's expecting a baby.
Oh yeah, the baby's finally gonna come. Yeah. Yep.
The batter came through.
His boys can swim. Well, but so I mean, why wouldn't you sign Warford unless it's money? And from what I understand,
money. Yeah.
The Saints are still going to pay. The Saints are still paying him a decent amount, so he could still sign here. I don't know. Pace could have some.
It'd be a nice upgrade at guard. He's solid, man.
Could we use one of those 2 veteran signings that we have in the cap?
Well, from what people are saying is that he's gonna be like an $8-9 million a year guy because he's only 29 years old. He's been to 3 Pro Bowls. Like, but why are the Saints cutting him? Also, I mean, because they think that highly of, and they ended up with Cesar Ruiz, right? So they think that highly of that kid, I guess. I mean, that guy's everybody says that kid's a stud, but I mean, damn, I mean, I know the Saints are cap strapped, but shit, I don't know. So, I don't know if the Bears are out on him. My first knee-jerk reaction was we're not going to get him because it's just like every single person that gets cut, everybody's like, the Bears got to get him. Oh, they have to. We got to get this guy. Like, it's so...
Yeah, we still have bars. We're fine.
Yeah, we got bars.
Right.
We're
them bitches more.
Spitting bars. So we'll see. I mean, they right now they're trotting. They love the Castillo. Castillo's the man, right? Castillo's gonna do something different than Heastan did. So we'll see if we buy that
I'm pretty
shit.
excited about that. Yep.
Yeah, everybody's real excited about it so far.
Woo.
And like so the schedule came out. Everybody was all butthurt about the video, but my kid liked it.
That was whack.
Yeah, I don't know.
Those bears look whack, like creepy as fuck.
Yeah, I don't know. My 8-year-old, and you could speak to this, is like loves fucking Minecraft, and I showed him the video and he thought it was cool. Like he immediately was like, "Oh, that's the Vikings, that's the Lions, that's the Rams." Like it resonated with him. I mean,
yeah, look behind Jer. I get it.
I mean, it's goofy. I'll agree with you, but the guy that made it, Cole Bennett, is actually super popular and has a huge following. Does a bunch of rap videos for rappers that we all hate. So it's like they.
I never heard of the dude.
He's a young guy. He's got a huge following. He's done a bunch of videos for young, up and coming, very popular rap people. He went to DePaul. He's from Illinois. His name's Cole Bennett. He has a company called Lyrical Lemonade. It's actually a pretty progressive and young, forward-thinking move to have him do something for the team. It's actually very un-Bears, and just like most things, Bears fans are like, that's just get off my lawn. It's like we want the schedule announced by Mike Ditka writing on a chalkboard. And there should be a trumpet that plays every time the schedule is announced. The Lions. Yes.
Oh, yeah, I don't know who you're talking about. I feel old now. Like this producer of rap videos. I'm like, there's still rap videos. Like,
yeah, I mean, believe me, I had to look all this up. I'm like, who the fuck is this guy? And I didn't. I'm in the same. But whatever. Who cares? It's a schedule release. Like. So, anyways.
Yo MTV Raps was a long time ago.
Yes. But the kids these days, they still watch the videos, however they do, on the TikToks.
And the YouTubes.
The
Vivos.
Yeah, YouTube. What's that?
Tube.
Tube. So, yeah, game
bot.
at the Lions. That's a gift, right? Trap game out the gate.
I'll take the win there. I'll pick a win there for the Bears.
Yes, I think you gotta pick a win there.
Yep.
The defense comes out and just shows what's up in a hurry, setting the edges left and right.
Oh, edge setting like you wouldn't believe. And more edges than a ice skating competition.
Yeah, I think we got that.
What I will say right off, I'm excited about how many noon games there are. There are no holiday games. There's no overseas games. There's a shit ton of noon games, and there's only 4 primetime games. This is like a regular.
This is like mediocrity, man. This is like home.
Playing right into my perfect storm of low expectations. I am so pumped for the low expectations that we have now. Everybody's talking about the Bears are crap. That douchebag Matt Miller getting everybody all stirred up and calling the Bears.
They were talking about us being the Jaguars before last season. We were just hyped.
Yeah, but I'm saying this is great. Keep the expectations nice and low. So then you got the Giants coming to Soldier Field on September 20th, ostensibly.
Man, we've played them a lot lately.
Damn, we have. Tell you what.
Well, that's what happens when you finish the same as they do every year in the division.
Right, I guess. So
we got a lot of the NFC East teams.
Giants have a new coach. Giants will have, obviously, Saquon Barkley coming back.
Bears.
I mean, hard to see the Giants winning this game. Obviously, things don't go well when they go to the Meadowlands, but I have a hard time seeing Daniel Jones beating the Bears. Then they travel to the Falcons. Again, I don't know. Falcons defense, not
It's,
impressive.
And they've got quarterback questions too. So
Yeah, Todd Gurley. I'm not.
This season is kind of like it really. The only thing that could break this season is the offense failing to the point where the defense is on the field too much. Because I don't care how good your defense is, if they're playing 3/4 of the game, they're going to get worn out. So
Right.
as long as we can, like you said, 25 points a game, we're golden.
Oh, we had 25. We had 23. We're golden. 25.
Yeah.
20.
This defense stays healthy and the offense is good enough to give the defense rest.
Right.
That's what it boils down to this season.
So number one, I think there's going to be a shit ton of Bears fans in Atlanta if there's fans.
Right.
I mean, obviously the Atlanta sports situation is what it is. So if there's fans in that stadium, it's going to be decidedly Bears fans. I have to say that's a win. I mean, we're looking at 3-0. Anybody tell me I'm wrong there?
I think it's a very real possibility.
Again, I'll have a clearer picture when we find out who the starter is. I mean, if it's Foles, yeah, I could see 3-0.
After we signed Devontae Freeman to run it right down the fucking.
I hope they sign somebody like
Falcons. Yeah. Brawl Network put out an article about 5 running backs the Bears should look at. You might want to check that out. I'm not sure exactly who wrote it, so let me kind of do a little research on that. And
yes.
Back later.
Then the Colts back at home.
Fuck the Colts.
Yeah.
Did Carlos Hyde sign anywhere yet? Because that's a guy I would like to see them bring in.
Carlos Hyde is still available, I believe.
Yeah, I would put Carlos Hyde on that list. The ageless wonder Frank Gore did sign.
Joseph Herf was the author of that fine article.
I was like, is that the name of a running back? Who the fuck is that? So what
we have a running back that runs Ant Hills though. Don't ever forget about that guy.
Ant Hills.
Yeah. No.
Oh yeah. He runs a golf course. Some shit. What do we think about the Colts? Is the Colts anything? I mean, what are they doing?
Nobody knows. It's a great mystery.
Like
Indy they could be tough.
Yeah, they got a pretty good defense. They obviously have a great offensive line.
They have a Hall of Fame guard.
They have a decent Hall of Fame award. They have a decent running back.
In his own mind.
They just drafted Taylor. That's pretty cool, I guess.
I like that view of Diddy. That's the best one so far.
Yeah, where it's just his shoulder.
Yeah, it's just his shoulder, and I don't have to hit.
There's a fading out in the back. I'll try to get this corrected for next episode. Maybe I'll buy a real green screen.
Suffice it to say, I will not.
I think the Colts.
That could give me trouble.
I think that should be a close game.
There's no reason why you can't win it.
I think we'll win it at home.
Oh, protect Soldier Field. I like it. Bears win.
4-0. 4-0. We're 4-0.
God, we're being homers.
Foles? Is it Foles and O?
It's Chicago.
Chicago, baby.
It's Mitch. And all the Mitch haters are just like, God damn it, we're 4-0.
Yo, so like I posted that thing on the Tailgate Show with A-Rob working out with, and like it is crazy. Like one guy posted like, woo, hashtag fuck Nick Foles was what he posted.
Wow.
Like all hyped. Like, it's like, really? Like, it must be
people
out
there.
Your damn mind.
So
like,
4-0. We're not going to give that guy any more.
Guy said, hell yes, hashtag fuck you, Nick Foles. Because he's hyped about A-Rob working out with Mitch.
about the single guy with no kids throwing the ball to other people. Like Foles has a family with kids. I don't know if they're in Chicago yet.
Foles is working on moving. Like,
Right, his wife's pregnant. Like,
yeah.
there's a
Like,
pandemic. Like,
Cody's like practicing. Cody's
Yeah.
practicing. Mitch's like, pool boy. Like, give me a break.
4-0.
4-0, baby.
Here comes
Tom
New England South.
Brady.
Ugh, and
On Thursday.
God. 4-1.
I don't know. I have to look more into Tampa's defense.
So that's the thing. Now this is something that Halitech brought up. Tampa's schedule is not easy to start the year. So they actually play some tough games coming into that. They go Saints.
Oh my God! What will Brady do? I'm sure he's trembling.
No, but I'm just saying they start the year with the Saints. That's who knows. That could be whatever. Then
That's their division.
right. But then they play the Panthers. They're gonna probably win that game. Then they have to play. Then they go to the Broncos.
Oh my God!
Then they play the Chargers at home. Then they play the Bears. But the
Holy
September.
cow!
Denver in September. It's a real thing.
right, but I'm saying we get them on a short week.
It's true. They get us on a short week too.
Right, but after playing in Denver, flying back home, I don't know.
Every game's tough, man. You can make that argument for any team's schedule. I mean,
right. Initially, I have this marked as a loss. I think this is a loss, but I'm just saying that
it depends what Brady has left outside of New England. This is a little
He's got Mike Evans,
new territory for him.
He's got weapons out his ass that he's never had.
Oh, it does, but it still takes time to come into a new team and develop chemistry with these guys.
Yeah, that's going to be really interesting. I mean, I just think it's going to be really interesting. I mean, is he going to be slinging the ball like Jameis was?
I don't know if he has that. Him slinging the ball, that's been a while.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Randy Moss.
He did throw for 4,000 yards last year. I mean,
he's king, though.
Yes, he is, but that's the offense. I mean, so was Mahomes. Mahomes was a yak king, too. So, whatever. Everybody want to chalk this up as a loss?
I'll take it as the L this one time.
So, we're 4-1 after 5 weeks?
Yeah, we'll take it. Dude, if we go 4-1 after 5 weeks.
Nah, I'd say 5-0.
Oh,
Why do you say 5-0, Diddy? Because why? Because fuck Tom Brady?
Fuck Tom Brady.
There it is.
Let me get the heat. Let me bring the heat. 5-0. All right.
That's you.
But don't worry, there's more.
Then we fly for the Teddy Bridgewater revenge game, right? Ooh, corn. I like that. Jared's got the cornfield going.
It will level out with me. Don't worry, because if you look at the rest of the schedule, it starts getting a little more hairy.
So the Panthers, Matt Rule,
Bears,
Bridgewater, Bears.
6-0.
Now,
starts getting interesting.
Monday Night Football at the Rams.
They love us, the Rams, on Monday night, don't they?
Yeah, right? Fucking lazy asses.
I'll chalk that up as a loss.
I have that down as a loss too, but
I'll take that as a win.
I don't know why. I just feel like that. I just feel like for whatever
West Coast trip for some reason.
Yeah, I just feel like that feels like a loss. Although I don't. I mean, the Rams have certainly, not exactly. They've lost a lot of guys.
Chances in the home, and they're in LA last year. We had chances to win that game. It's just the offense didn't produce.
Right. I mean, that's been the story that, Mitch has played like dog shit against the Rams.
Yep.
And the Goff has played like dog shit against the Bears.
Yep. So
it's been defensive struggles.
I could see us winning that game.
I could see a Nick Foles revenge game.
I don't see that. I'm chalking it up as a loss. Jerry, you're going with a win.
I'll go with a win.
All right.
I got the L there.
This is where I have them going on a little slide. So then they come home for the Saints, and I just don't see. I think we all agree that they lose.
6-2.
So
6-3.
No, stop.
I got 6-3 at this point. You think they lose to the Saints, Jared, at home, or they win?
Oh, they'll lose to the Saints.
Is Jameis Winston in the game?
6-2.
Here's what I think. This would be Ultra Bears.
They lose to Jameis Winston.
Yes. Jameis Winston lights them up.
Stop it,
$1 million worth of Winston.
Outplays Foles, throws for 400 yards.
Oh, God, can you imagine Twitter?
Bears. Week 9 at Tennessee. What section, Jer? Where's
204? It's going down.
204.
If there's fans in the stands, I will be there.
Can you print it before they refund you?
It's not a printable. It's all electronic.
Yeah, there's nothing.
You screenshot it before they refund you?
No, you can't do that. It's all, you know how it works now. It's all fucking live tickets. You pull out your phone.
Nah, I thought about it, man.
I hate that you don't get the physical ticket anymore.
I know.
Kids won't know.
Oh, you can in Tennessee, man. There were tons of people selling tickets there when I was there. The Bengals were in town.
It's still electronic transfer.
Yeah, this is my Bears fandom, man. It was when Fox was a coach, I believe. Who the heck was Hundley was starting against us? Packers Bears. And I sat in the hotel lobby because my room wasn't ready, watching that when literally a 5-minute walk away, I could have been about 10-minute walk away, I could have been at the stadium watching Bengals Titans live. But no, I suffered through Mitch playing against the Packers, and we lost. And Hundley looked better than Mitch that day. Good times.
Good time.
Anyway, it's a great city to catch a game. It's just gonna be weird. Have you been to Nashville?
Never.
It'd be a weird city to be in with restrictions because it's a big bar town. Cool. It's a great town to hang out in, but it just depends how this is. We don't know what it's gonna be.
Dude, I live 2 hours away.
Right. I was
hit the road.
I was really looking forward to going, but I just don't know what the.
Yeah, I can't blame you for buying tickets, Jer. If I was that close, then
If I was that close, I would buy them. Me and Jared were talking about it. I just couldn't.
Yeah.
Couldn't see
But come stay at Casa de Pone.
Mm-hmm.
There will be meats and wines and cheeses.
Yes, the finest sausages cooked on the. What's the name of the grill, Jared?
A Stoke.
Oh, that's Stoke. Gare's pretty stoked on the Stoke grill.
They
can feel free to sponsor the TailGate Show if they want. If anybody,
that's what I'm saying.
Stoke Grill is wanting to sponsor us.
I was hoping Weber did.
Weber's cool, but that grill looks a hell of a lot more transportable than a Weber.
It folds, man. It folds up. It literally takes
Weber's got a great tailgate grill.
Do they fold?
Yeah.
Well, I didn't buy it. So
shout
out. Quit being a dick.
How you want grill put up? They got charcoal. They got the little propane bottles. How you want it?
It's a nice little propane deal that screws into the bottom of it. It's nice.
Yep.
Sweet. Does anybody think we're going to beat the Titans?
Yes.
No.
I absolutely do.
So I, for whatever reason, have this as the third of a 3-game losing streak. I just don't see it. I think the Titans
stop Henry. You stop the Titans.
Yeah, I just don't know if they stop Henry. And I think that the Titans are very well coached. So I think it's going to be a very close game.
I think you're going to see more teams go to that kind of style too this year.
What?
big physical lines.
Oh, yeah. This is going to be the year of copying the 49ers because nobody has Mahomes. So
You gotta have the horses up front to pull it off, though.
right, we have Juan Castillo. I mean, you know.
I've been to a few Titans Bears games, and there's always something weird that happens. Like one of the games I was at, 2 kickers came out. They got penalized for too many men, missed the field goal. We win. It was crazy.
You can't. It's tough though. The Niners offensive line's ridiculous. Tennessee's offensive line's pretty damn good. They also have a juggernaut at running back in Tennessee. It's not a guy that everybody has.
Yeah.
That's
the thing about Tennessee has what
Detroit
I don't know.
has that big dude from Bama, that monster. If he could ever get going.
Tennessee has what I think the Bears are missing is physicality in the trenches and nasty. You know what I mean? They got nasty dudes that want to punch you in the face. And
Tannehill's not that.
No, I'm not worried about Tannehill, but I just think up front they got some beasts up there. So, I mean, Henry's a beast, but he doesn't do it without that offensive line. So, Jared, you're picking him to win, but
yes,
we're picking a loss. So
That's
basically, I got 4 losses at this point.
I'm still at 2.
I'm at 3.
Vikings is the next game. This is
we got papers on them. So
Vikings. I think we win that game.
I agree.
Going away, I think they get right before the bye. This is a late bye,
which I am a huge fan of.
Yeah, I think it's nice. I think you need that. That when everybody's injured or hurting, it's nice. Although historically, Nagy has been terrible off the bye.
Oh, and look who else is.
Look who we get to play.
Off
the Packers.
There's
at Green Bay.
Yeah, we're losing.
Yeah, so that's gonna. I cannot pick a win there as much as I'd love to.
It really depends. I think there's going to be a little more hostility there this year, so it's going to be interesting to see how that works out with the decision they made in the draft and where Rodgers is at.
Oh, they don't give a shit. Everybody tried to build up the coach versus Rodgers shit last year. It worked out pretty fine.
Yeah, I mean, I tend to agree. I think that the Packers defense is probably going to regress a little bit just because I think they won't. I don't think that the Smith brothers are going to put up those kind of sack numbers again. And I think that they downgraded at linebacker. I think Blake Martinez is a better linebacker than the guy they picked up from the Browns. So that's, but I think it's always going to be a close game. They got Rodgers. I mean, that's it. That's what it fucking comes down to. They got fucking Rodgers, and they still have enough in the passing game. And I think
this is a national game too, right?
This is a Sunday night game.
Yeah, I'll take the Packers. Unfortunately.
Yeah.
We'll have to listen to Chris Collins with blows him.
Then we bounce back with the Lions at home. I think we can safely say we win that game. And then it's the Deshaun Watson Bowl at home versus the Texans. And everybody's wanting to say that for some reason now Deshaun Watson's going to be even more motivated. And clearly he's already got an axe to grind against the Bears. So maybe he's building that up. Maybe that's why he tweeted what he tweeted, is because he's been salty on the Bears since they didn't meet with the guy officially. I mean, whatever
did they?
Yeah, but either way, they didn't meet with him in any real way.
Right. Okay.
Right.
Which I can agree with.
So it's clear that he's salty.
I think we got this. I think they took a huge weapon away from Watson.
Yeah, I don't think the Texans are going to be very good.
This is one that I put down as a loss.
But I do have this as a loss as well, to be honest. I don't know why. I just kind of feel like I think maybe Watson will be motivated. Didn't they pick up Cooks though? I mean, they did.
They do have Brandon Cooks, but
So they have.
I
Cooks
know
is severely overrated.
it's a Band-Aid over a shotgun wound. We
Yeah.
understand.
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe they have a run game now. I don't know. If they end up signing Warford, then because they're the team that's supposedly also very interested in him. I mean, if they can protect Watson, I mean, he could be super great.
They've still got that other guy too.
Who?
Oh, I'm trying to set him up. He's a Notre Damer. Will Fuller.
Yeah, he's never available.
Yeah, he's
Not that late in the season. Yeah, he'll be
Not
out.
that late in the season.
Problem.
I'm
Yeah,
just saying.
exactly. Like,
Still got
so,
Will Fuller.
I don't know. I got that as a loss, but
Yeah.
who's Diddy? So where are you at, Diddy, with them at this point?
I got them beating the Texans, so 9-4.
Okay.
I've got him at the same 9-4.
Okay. So at the Vikings.
We got papers on the Vikings. We own them.
I think they'll take us at home. We'll split that 9-5 there.
No, but that's so you think they win at home, huh? Wow, all right. At the Jaguars.
I think we got the Jaguars.
We can beat the Jags.
That's gonna be that's gonna be an interesting game. But yeah, I don't see them losing that. Although it could be the Gardner Minshew experience. So you never know.
There it is.
If there's anybody that knows about Foles, it's the Jaguars.
If there's anybody that knows about mustaches.
Yeah, it's true. God damn it.
Minshew mustache
And then
in Chicago.
we finished the season. So at this point, we finished the season needing to go. For me, they need to get to 10 wins, and they get the Packers at home.
I'm already at 10-5 at this point.
Mm-hmm. I'm going to pick the Bears to beat the Packers for once.
I'm picking the Bears, yeah.
So who wins the division?
We do at 11-5.
I got them at 12-4, so that would be us.
Yeah, so I think that they do not win the
division.
division. I think they're 10-6, and I think that they are a wild card. I think they're an NFC wild card at 10-6 because of the expanded wild card. I do, unfortunately, think that the Packers win the division. I
don't know, man. It really depends where they're at. Minnesota's could be ahead of them this year.
I just don't see that. I think Minnesota
offense is taking a step back.
It'll be interesting to see what if they.
Sometimes when you get rid of a guy that's a headache, and Diggs was at times, things can actually be better.
I don't think he was the headache though that much, was he?
He was complaining a little bit last season.
Eddie, there's
Even was
84
complaining
million.
more than him.
84 million reasons why we will beat the Vikings.
I just don't think the Vikings are. Jay's trying to say the Vikings are better than the Packers.
No,
that's what I'm saying.
I think they could be.
I think they could. I think those two could split.
They have lost key people on defense and they've lost key people on offense.
That's true. You lost your defensive tackles.
They had nice drafts, but so what? You're
they
not
gotta produce.
You're not going to.
I think Everson Griffin is still out there, isn't he?
He's still unsigned?
Yeah.
Possibly.
Maybe, I don't know. But I'm just saying, like, they lost.
They'll bring in Clowney or some shit.
Javon Clowney.
Jadavian, even.
You remember that whenever he.
I was like, would they bring his little brother into the practice squad?
Jadavion. So yeah, I don't know. I think that the Vikings are probably a 9-7 team. I think the Packers are probably an 11-5 team. I think
it's just wild because this could also go 8-8 real quick too.
Yeah, I
You
think
know?
the Lions. I think the Lions are probably a 6 win team.
I'm just talking about us. It could go.
Oh
It,
yeah, absolutely. I mean, it could have been 10-6 easily last season with everything that went wrong.
I'm picturing the defense staying like pretty healthy with the picks.
They need to. I am still very worried about the depth at inside linebacker. I'm not
That is,
excited. I am not excited about Iggy and Josh Woods as our backups. That is fucking scary as shit to me. With Danny and Roquan and
We got Lil Mac. It will be all right.
yeah. Well, nobody even has him making the team. I mean, and why would you? I mean, realistically.
Oh man.
Oh man, my little bro ain't gonna make the team. Shit, well he gonna be the coach then. You can't let Lee Mack make the team, and Lee Mack gonna be the fucking GM, motherfucker.
Lee Mack has his own
This ain't
cameo.
the Thomas family now. Come on.
Lee Mack out there with his cameo account.
He does.
Yeah.
Doing what? What do people want Lee Mack to do on Cameo?
$25 you find out, I guess.
What?
People are into that shit now, charging for shit.
Yeah, people are into charging for dumb shit. That's for sure. I don't know. I mean, it's a tough roster. There's a lot of tough roster decisions. I mean, the practice squad's going to be expanded, but the roster is not yet. So it's going to be, there's going to be some tough roster decisions. Some of the preliminary rosters I've seen, it's like, I think they're going to keep less offensive linemen because of the way that the practice squad's going to work this year. Because they can kind of move guys up a few times.
Yeah.
Expand things.
A little disappointed we didn't bring in a quarterback to challenge Bray at least. Like even a UDFA.
Yeah, I mean, shit. Sorry, shout out to Anthony Gordon's mom for giving G the business on the regular.
Yeah, and then trying to call me a kiss ass. Like I really do wish the kid well. Why would you mess with someone's mom on like?
Yes, G's wild.
He wrote a book about it, did he?
Yeah, like bro, does this need to be a footnote in How to Talk to Women, bro? Like,
Yeah, exactly. Compendium. Why are you messing with mamas?
nah, I really do feel that way. I hope he does have a.
Absolutely. It would have been so exciting to have. I mean, I think Hambray and Lachavius are nice, and they might end up making the team at some point, maybe even this season. But I would fucking 150,000,000% rather have had Anthony Gordon in the 7th round than either one of those dudes. At least that's somebody who's like.
Well, the rumor was those guys were actually their agents told the Bears or something that they were already had UDFA deals in place, so Pace drafted both of them.
Oh, Lachavius and Hambray did?
Yeah.
Interesting. Well,
stick a middle finger at somebody.
There was some.
Sean Payton did it to the Panthers, right?
Yeah, could be.
I'm saying, I think they should expand the draft. I hope that
they're expanding the NBA draft. I think. Did I see that? 5 rounds now?
No, they're cutting the MLB draft back. That's where you heard 5 rounds.
Okay.
Because the NBA draft is already.
It's only 2.
It's only 2?
Yeah, I think they're moving it.
Oh, maybe you're right, but they are. Maybe both those things are right. But they are talking about truncating the MLB draft. So I don't know. I mean, there's going to be some tough decisions, but the defensive depth scares me. The running back depth scares me. Defensive depth and inside linebacker doesn't. And I'd love to believe that the wide receiver core is like as what we thought it was last season, but I don't know. I don't know what the fuck Riley Ridley is.
Yeah, I wish I could have restructured Gabriel and could have kept him another year, but
yeah. Yeah.
True.
It's weird. I mean, that was one of those things where a lot of people called that cut a lot of like really early, and it was kind of like I was like, yeah, it makes sense, but at the same time, like it's really $5 million. Like,
Hmm.
Do you think there's a chance you could bring him back on a cheaper deal?
I don't know.
Would you now? I mean, you already signed Ted Ginn.
Probably not.
At this point, no. I mean, but seeing how it shaked out, would you rather just roll with the kid they got, who I can't even remember his fucking name, but the other returner guy that used to play for Miami or whatever?
I don't know if it makes. I think they keep Wims over him just because he's a
Well,
good.
what I'm saying is though, like, would you rather have kept Gabriel than Cordarrelle? Now that you have Ginn and you have this other return guy, because I mean the kickoff returns, it's like,
yeah,
it's so rare that the kickoff return even ends up being anything. I mean, it's nice to have, but if I mean, how does Cordarrelle get on the field?
I think if Foles is starting, he might get a little more shine because Foles is going to spread the ball more, get guys a little more involved.
You can put him at running back. You can put him anywhere.
I hate.
You can't do that with
running back. I was good with that.
The Patriots did that as an emergency.
Desperation.
We tried it a couple times. It was ugly.
Yeah, but that guy's, I don't know. I'm just saying he's got that possibility. It's in his tool bag where it's not with.
He does, but I certainly hope that doesn't make Pace think that counts as running back depth. Because I've seen people float that idea out there. Oh, we're fine. We have Nall and Cordarrelle. Like, good Lord, that's a bad plan. I mean, I still think Montgomery's has potential, and I think he's going to be solid. I think he's going to have a good year next year. But
we need him to.
Agree.
He fucking better.
That's what I was hoping. Like Warford was going to happen because that would help that.
Warford still could happen. I'm not taking Mike Florio at anybody's. I mean, literally, that's the only person that's said anything other than G. So. But
we also you got to keep going back. We do have bars. So.
We do spit fire bars. All right. Well, that's it. I think we covered it all.
Happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there.
Yeah,
appreciate everything you do.
Shout out. Hope everybody's doing well. We do appreciate all the support. We appreciate the haters as well. Thank you very much.
All are welcome.
You make us strong. Keep listening. Keep supporting.
I hate you.
Yes, it grows. We thank you very much for all your attention that you give us, whether positive or negative. So
all free advertising.
Yes, sir. We enjoy the spacious apartments that we have in people's heads.
Penthouses.
Oh, fucking views with views. Other than that, check out the Brawl Network. Check out the Fly. Get that new hat. We got a snapback. We got a flex fit.
How you want hat put up?
You want a hat put up. We got some shirts. We got some merch. Check it out. And check out all the other shows on the network. We got all.
And our fans only page is coming soon, ladies.
Fans only page is coming. Yeah, waiting for G Stelio to pave the way towards full frontal nudity. I mean, we know that.
We still got to get back to. We got to have story time with Raul again, even if it's me.
Yeah, Raul had a good one this afternoon.
Some nice light reading for your Mother's Day enjoyment.
Age Turner. I gotta say that the MILFs was trending today, and it was a complete letdown. What was trending was people saying that it was trending. So
that's always awesome.
Yeah, complete letdown. But anyway, thanks for listening. We appreciate you. We appreciate everybody out there. It's just another episode of the TailGate Show.
The bars.
The schedule.
The playoffs.
Playoffs?